combat power is a number that represents your character's overall strength, similar to gear score in WoW, but not really, because it doesn't account for all different factors, such as IED, Arcane Force, Arcane Power, Sacred Force, all those jazz, all those things, but it's mainly used for a comparison between characters across different classes. While it gives a general idea of power, it's not always the most accurate measure, but honestly, it is good enough. That said, combat power is often used for like a threshold for public party bossing, so here are some combat power benchmarks for solo play and party play because this information doesn't seem to be readily available, and it's just a good threshold amount. Yes, there's more accurate ways to do it. You can do battle analysis and Mulang Dojo dummy for about 30 minutes. Honestly, no, that is too much work, although it is really good to do. I never did it. I just relied solely on combat power and I've gotten pretty far because of it. So combat power, simple, easy indicator for boss progression. That doesn't mean you can't learn mechs. You have to learn mechs. I'm just saying, it's just an easy indicator. So from about 2 to 5 mil range, you can do Chaos Populatus, normal Lotus, and normal Damien solo. Anything under 1 million, you're probably not doing it. It's going to take a long ass time, but you can do party play about under 1 million for normal Lomien and normal Damien, as long as you have like a decently weak party and you don't get red dotted. From 5 to 10 mil, you can do normal Slime and easy Lucid if you have the Arcane Force for it. Generally, I don't really do these bosses until I have more combat power because yes, you can clear them, but 5 to 10 million, it just takes too long of a time. Personally, I prefer around like 15 to 20 million even to clear normal Slime, because then I can just clear in one rotation in 3 minutes, which is really comfortable, rather than taking, I don't know, like 15 to 20 minutes just to clear normal Slime. From the 15 to 25 mil range, you can start doing normal Gloom, normal Darknell, hard Lotus, hard Damien in solo play. Although, do I recommend it? Probably not, but it's good to test out and just learn the normal mechanics before you go and join hard parties. You can clear these normal solo. It might take some time, but it's a good way to learn mechanics. This is also when you want to start doing party for Will and Lucid in order to get boxes. So around 15 to 25 mil, you're gonna want to start joining hard parties. And honestly, if your Arcane Force is strong enough, you can probably even sneak in hard Damien, HVillha, and hard Gloom in party range. But you do need a mix of combat power and Arcane Force, because Arcane Force gives you 2x damage multipliers at certain thresholds. I don't recall exactly what they are, but simple Google search would make it pretty easy to find. But generally, from 25 to 35 mil, you want to start doing the hard bosses in parties. So that is hard Darknell, hard VHilla, and hard Gloom. And good thing you've been practicing the easy modes and normal solo, so you should have no problem with clearing, right? From 40 to 50 mil, you can start soloing Will, Lucid, and Gloom. Will might be a little bit tricky if you don't have enough damage to burst phase 3. Generally, between the 40 to 50 mil range, you can solo hard Lucid. You just have to make sure your burst timers are up in phase 3. Gloom, not a problem, just kind of a mechanic test. Again, a little dicey to solo at this range. I prefer, for all these indicators for combat power, generally I would say you went a little bit higher because it just makes it much more comfortable to solo. From 50 to 60 mil range, you can start soloing hard Darknell, hard VHilla, hard Chaos Slime, and start joining some Black Mage parties. And that's a good threshold up until Black Mage. And then hard Saren, I'd say around 75 to 85 million before you can start joining hard Saren parties. And this is again in Pug. And again, this doesn't take into account other factors such as your Sacred Force, Arcane Power, your Node Stones. After that, combat power out the window, because now you're gated through Sacred Force. You want to start using the big boy tools, which is just Maple Scouter. There are guides on how to use it, but Maple Scouter, it takes into account your stats and it shows you what bosses you can clear. It is in Korean, but you have to translate it. There is a guide on the Maple Discord somewhere, and pretty much all your class Discords. So start using Maple Scouter as soon as you start heading towards Grandest parties and finding a static. Okay, that's it. Really short, simple video, just to give kind of like a threshold for combat power, because it is somewhat a useful stat. It's not completely useless. Like, it's definitely a public threshold for random parties. So good luck.